I am a believer. But I had never taken the time to really tell God, like, we're doing this. I'm going to make this my thing, and we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to let everybody know I'm with you, and I'm going to allow you to hold me accountable. Because there's the fear of when you take a stance for God, when you decide to step into the kingdom, you understand that you can't take that lightly. That isn't one of those things you play with. And I was afraid. I'm 36. I was afraid. I was like, is it going to mean that I can't do the things that bring me comfort? Is it going to mean that my life is going to change? Yeah. But it's not saying you're not going to have things that make you comfortable. You're just going to be comfortable with different things. You're going to be comfortable in different places. You're going to be comfortable around different people. I started juicing, and I'm comfortable now in Sprouts, Whole Foods, Kroger. It costs me more, but the benefit is so much more worth it than going to Walmart. And I'm not knocking Walmart, so don't take it as me looking down on somebody who has to make different choices. All I'm saying is I decided to pay a price, a more expensive price for a better life. That's the same thing you do when you decide to make a commitment to Christ and to walk with God. And so that's what I'm doing right now. And that's what my residency here in Texas was for. So now I'm moving to Tampa. And I was excited, honey. I was like, God will grant you the desires of your heart. Amen. Won't he do it? Yes. And then it's funny because as soon as I announced I was going to Tampa, I started getting messages from people that I knew there, some that I was really close to, some that I had kind of made acquaintances with. And I started hearing people say, Tampa needs women like you. I've been looking for a mentor. I really need, and I was like, oh, plot twist. So God, you're not just giving me the desires of my heart. You are, but you kind of threw some extra stuff in there. So yeah, you're taking me back to the water. You're taking me back to my home state. Now I'm 3 hours from Miami, 3 hours from my daughter, 3 hours from my son's dad. So you're going to make me a little more comfortable than I am now, right? But you're taking me there because my next transition is to do kingdom work. Now I got to get busy. So this isn't going to just be a vacation. This is going to be rubber meets the road, boots on the ground. Let's make it happen. And this time that I've been off from work, these last few months, here I was around here the first few months. I don't know why this is happening, trying to start a trucking business, trying to do all these things because I felt like I got to make something happen. I got to do this. I can't be stuck, not making any, I can't be stuck. And I'm trying to come up with my own plan when the whole time this wasn't my story to write. I mean, it's going to become my story in the end, but right now God is doing something to me. And so this time that I've been off, this was my break, not when I get to Tampa. My break was now. My break was to take my time now, to build my faith, to get into my word, to start to figure out who I was, to figure out what tools he put in my box. Because guess what? When I get down there, it's time to use them. And I know this now. And so now I'm like, oh, let me hurry up. Let me do a crash course. So I'm spending more time in my Bible, spending more time studying the word, more time praying, more time building my faith. I went ahead and got baptized. I'm really focusing on growing myself in Christ, growing myself in the kingdom, because I know when I get to Tampa, that's when it's game time. You want a platform? You want to develop and lead? It's time. It's happening right now. The last few months, people have started to say to me, thank you so much for inspiring me. Thank you for helping me with this. Thank you for helping me with that. And look, I see it happening right now. Like literally, there are people who I am connecting who would not have connected without me being in the middle. That is for a reason. This is a part of the work that I'm supposed to be doing. I have people who are literally saying, you changed my life. When I teach cycling, that's me helping to better people, helping them to get their fitness intact. I had a woman come to me on Tuesday after my last class there. Well, tonight is my last class at the same gym, but that was her last class with me. And she said to me, you have no idea what you did for my life. She said, I had a baby, and taking your class only for the last few months, I got my body back. I got back to my pre-baby weight. And I just want to thank you so much. You have no idea how effective you were as an instructor. I don't know that they'll ever be able to replace you. Last night, taught my last class at the Louisville gym. A woman who never said anything to me, came to my class every single week, sat in the back, never said a word. Came up last night and said, my heart shattered when you told me you were leaving. She said, you are by far the best cycling instructor I've ever taken. Now, do you know how many times I wish she would have said that on days when I just felt like, why weren't they feeling me? Why is my class like not packed? Why are things like kind of dwindling down? What's going on? There were days when I would have loved to hear those words. But you know what? I didn't need to, because on the back end of this, look what God has done. I talked about it on social media the other day. Literally, my class is packed out. And when I look at the numbers on the gym screen, my class is the only class that has that many folks coming to take cycling. One of the hardest things you can do when you exercise. People are coming and they're enjoying it because God has allowed me to bring the essence of who I am to that classroom and to minister to people through exercise. Any way I can use my gift to be an inspiration, that's what I'm doing. And so I know everybody wants to quote, the highest human act is to inspire, because Nipsey said it. Before I even knew that I was doing that, it was happening. It was happening. Literally, there are people who message me often. You changed my life. You helped me to see this. I didn't realize that I had that kind of power. But now that I realize I have that kind of power, it's really important that I use my power the right way. And so I'm aware of this greatness in me. I'm aware of this calling that God has placed in me. I'm aware of the work that I'm required to do now. And I'm excited because you all are about to see something dynamic happen. And I need you all to see it, because I realize that through me, people in my family, people in my life, my friends, will believe it's possible for them. I'm one of those folks, I can do it without seeing it. But man, if you let me see somebody else doing it that I know, and I know where you came from, and I know what you're up against, and you let me see you do it, it makes me unstoppable. There are people in my family who have faith, and I can see it in them. People in my family who want to make something happen. People in my family who are just destined to become great. I see it all over them. But they ain't really had a whole lot of examples that they know, that they can touch, to show them the grace of God, how powerful and possible things are. So it's up to me to be that person, to walk that walk, so they can get their deliverance through me sometimes. Because once you see your cousin who sat next to you, who slept in the same bed as you, who came from the same house as you, once you see me doing it and you know, this ain't no joke. She ain't just putting on for Instagram. This is really happening. Oh, now that lets you know it's possible for you too. It's somebody I watch on Instagram. Her name is Dana Chanel. Love her. You know why I like her the most? I like her the most because she says exactly what needs to be said. People in this world want you to sugar stuff. They want you to like make it sound all fluffy. They want the truth to be like, you got to package it up all pretty, because that's the only way a lot of folks want to get the truth. A lot of other folks, they can take whatever they want to say ugly any kind of way. You'll laugh, you'll take it, you won't be offended by it. But the truth, we got to put a bow around it. I like that she keeps it real. And she says exactly what she needs to say. I'm saying it now. I know that people in my family will make it because of my actions. My children, my cousins, people in my family will become successful because of my actions, because of my faith, because of my deliverance. So I have a responsibility to walk my walk, to live in my purpose. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So when I started this podcast, I didn't know what it was for, but God told me to do it. It's done. And now I understand what this is going to do for me. This is going to give me access to millions of people. Watch what I tell you. Somebody told me to record myself recording the podcast. It's done. I'm going to start doing that. You know why? Because this platform will give me access to millions of people. And it's going to keep on happening that way. I'm going to keep on mentoring, keep on teaching, keep on training, because I plan to allow God to use me to change as much as I can about this world. I'm going to have difficult conversations. The ones everybody's running from, we're going to have those conversations. Because we got to address the elephant in the room. We got to talk about the truths so we can move forward. That's what's happening right now. And so I thank you so much for watching this video, because y'all love me so much and you made it through to the end. I'm going to make sure next time I might put on a little face for you, a little razzle dazzle, do my makeup up so you can